Hey everyone, it's Miss Ramirez here, and I'm here to talk about all the information that you may have about centers. So, in class on Friday, I shared my PowerPoint with you, and we all voted on how we would love to use centers in middle school. So, I have some bullet points that I just want to talk about, and I don't want this to be too long of a video. So, why centers? We said that the reason why we like centers and that how why we love centers is because we love the fact that we get to learn from everybody else. Either myself, your classmates, we get to learn from everybody, right? So that's the reason why we get centers because that gives me the time to dig in deep with you individually and say, hey, this one person needs help with this. Why do I have to teach it to everybody if this person only needs help with it? Hey, this person needs help with that. Let me help them with that. So it's an individualized education for you. So, responsibility during centers, that is going to be a very big thing. And if you remember on Friday, I told y'all about the word integrity. Integrity is doing what's right when nobody is watching. We will need to have a lot of integrity during centers because I will not be right there with you. Do you understand? Like we said in the beginning, I will be like a floater. I will check in with each group. Hey, you got it? Hey, y'all good? Hey, do you have any questions? I will check in with each and I will check in with each group. And then once all the groups they know how to fly on their own, I will be giving you that individualized instruction. I will be pulling a certain students with me so I can teach them on their weaknesses, right? So we will need to have responsibility during centers. Later on, I will talk about how you will be held accountable during centers. So centers will help with time. I know that we're having a lot of issues throughout all of our classes with time. We don't have enough synchronous time. We don't have enough asynchronous time. We have too much asynchronous work, so we don't have enough time. Centers will help with time. If I can have you here, and if you can guarantee that you will be here with me Monday through Friday from the time that you are supposed to be here, I can guarantee you that you will not have any work outside of class. Whatever we get done in class is going to be good enough and it's going to be what all we need. So, how centers will work. I will group students. So, for example, my first period has 15 or 16 students, right? So, I will group them maybe four groups of four, maybe, five groups of three with one group extra. I don't know, right? So, what that means is your group names will not be group one, group two, group three. It will be colleges because we've been accepted to college, which is why we're doing centers. So group one may be University of Houston. So that University of Houston will stay with that group. You will have your own separate University of Houston Google Meets. So there will be certain colleges that you are accepted to, and there's other classmates that are going to be accepted to the same college. Expectations. Our expectations during centers is that you all will participate. Everyone will participate. Everyone will respect others. Everyone will try their best. We will not distract. Several things like that are going to be our expectations because, again, we are in charge of our own education. You will be in charge of everything that you need for your education, but it is up to you to make it a good education. So give me a thumbs up if you feel like you can make it a good education. Great. Each group will have a leader. The leader will be the one that communicates the issue with me. So example, let's say I have four students in my group, right? I'm University of Houston. I have a leader. If I'm one of these other students, I will ask my leader for help. If my leader does not know, then my leader will type it in the chat. So whenever I'm checking on all the groups, I can say, oh, somebody from group one has a question. Whoever the leader is from group one has a question. Let me join in. Let me, unmute myself and let me help them. All right. So how will I? You may be asking yourself, Mr. Maris, how are you going to know what I'm doing? Because you're not going to be there. You're going to be jumping around with each group. Well, the groups will be recorded. So the leader will turn on the recording for each group so I can go back in and view it. Does that make sense? So that's how I know if you are not using the chat correctly, if y'all are distracting others, if you're not paying attention, all of that. And if you do those things, then guess what? That's when you will have the work outside of class, because you will not have completed what you needed to complete. And each day builds off of each other. So if you are slacking on Monday and you do not have one of your centers done, it's going to affect you for Tuesday. So that's why I'm telling you, if you can make me the promise, if you tell me, Mr. Ramirez, I pinky promise that when I am here in your class, I will give you my 100% effort. I can promise to you that you won't have to do anything outside of class. But if you come in and you're tired on Monday because y'all were doing whatever y'all were doing all weekend, or you stayed up late playing Fortnite or something, and you come in giving me 75% on Monday, then you will have work outside of class, because that is your choice. Remember, you are responsible for your education. Grades. You will be getting 2 grades for this. One for participation and one for the answers. Do you understand? One for participation and one for the answers. The participation comes in with the recordings. Oh, if I see student A not doing anything, cameras off, and they never talk the whole time, what do you think they're going to get? They're going to get a 0 for participation. I need everyone being leaders. So, for right now, the plan that I have designed is 2 centers a day. Right now, I see you for 1 hour, which means if we do 2 centers a day, each center will be 30 minutes long. So, for example, centers 1 through 5, which is half of our centers, will be centers that are a video of me giving you instruction, like kind of what we've been doing in class. I'll go over the journal with you. I'll tell you, write this down. I'll give you a certain amount of time. Those centers can be done independently, because guess what? Your real focus is me on that center. Now, you're still going to be in the Google Meets with all your other classmates, but if you have a question, you can ask them. But most of that work is going to be done with me virtually on the video and you listening to the video. Again, it's going to be pre-recorded, so you can pause, you can rewind, you can play, you can, I don't want you to skip through it, but you can navigate it how you want it, right? Now, centers 6 through 10 are going to be learning as a group. I'll have all of y'all join a GIMP kit, or all of y'all join an Ed Puzzle, and y'all are working together to get the answers. Everybody's going to have to turn in their own work, but you're all working together like, hey, Luis, can you help me with this? Hey, Dina, can you help me with this, right? So I really, really, really hope that this little preview has helped you and has motivated you and gave you a little bit of answers to your questions. Now, I will be going over centers more in depth in class, but this is a little preview. I'm going to post this video on Google Classroom and on YouTube. If you could, please go to YouTube, watch this video, and comment done, because Monday I will talk about this more, and I will be able to tell if you haven't watched this video, because you will have a lot of questions which I've already answered in this video. So I hope y'all have a great weekend, and bye.